Hi students, today I am going to discuss about the refrigeration and air conditioning. It comes under the module 3, chapter 2 of Elements of Mechanical Engineering course. So the first chapter, internal combustion engine, we have discussed and it is completed. So now we move on to the chapter 2 of module 3, the refrigeration and air conditioning. So in this class, I am going to discuss about the following contents. First, introduction. Next, refrigeration process. What is refrigeration? First, we will understand that. Then, various terms we used in the refrigeration process. Next, capacity of refrigeration, the concept of refrigeration. Okay. Let us talk about the introduction part of the refrigeration. So, refrigeration system, it was evolved in the 19th century. It has become reliable unit after 2 decades. That is, after 20 years only it has become reliable. That means people started understanding and believing about the refrigeration process after 2 decades. So we know that this process, refrigeration process, is very important and it is very required for human beings. Why you know this? Because in your houses, refrigerators are there, air conditioners are there. Okay, we use for many purpose refrigerators to store the food items, to store the vegetables, to store meat, fish, etc., to store milk, to store curd, so many items, you know very well that. Okay, next, medicines also we can store in the refrigerators. Medical shops they use. Okay, restaurants they use. So the refrigeration, it plays a very vital role in our life. Without refrigerator, even we cannot live. Like that, the situation is there nowadays. Okay, refrigerator has become part and parcel of our livelihood. So how we have televisions, how we have the other things like for livelihood, the refrigerator is also it has become a very important for our livelihood. So 95% cases we use the refrigerators. Okay. Next, the principle. Coming to the principle of refrigeration. In this principle, we should understand about the second law of thermodynamics. In second law of thermodynamics, two people have given the second law. The first statement is Kelvin-Planck statement. Second is the Clausius statement. Okay, I'll come to the Clausius statement a little later. Okay, so what is the principle? There's a prolonged removal of heat from a substance or a body whose temperature is already below that of surrounding atmosphere. Okay, so please look into the sentence. Whose temperature is already below that of surrounding atmosphere. Okay, we have to remove the temperature of a body whose temperature is already below the temperature of the surrounding. What it means? Say for example, the room is there, our room. Okay, so room temperature, you know very well, that is 30 to 35 degrees Celsius. But what about surrounding temperature? Surrounding temperature is more than that, 40 degree, 42 degree, especially in the summer. I am talking about in the summer. Okay, so that means we have to remove the temperature of a room. Okay, it is a space. Okay, it is a space or a room, and we have to remove this, and we have to maintain below the surrounding temperature, below that of surrounding temperature. So surrounding temperature is 45 degree. Okay, the room temperature is 35 degree. We have to remove the 35 degree because 35 degree is not at all comfort for us. We have to remove it and we have to maintain the level which is required for us, 18 degree, 20 degree, 22 degree, which is a comfortable temperature for us to live comfortably. That is the 18 to 24 degrees comfortable temperature to do work efficiently and effectively. Okay, so we have to remove the temperature from a body and that is well below that of surrounding temperature. Okay, how you are going to get this? Within a one stage you will get? No, you will not get within one stage. You will get after several stages. You are going to reach that target, that is 10 degree, 15 degree, 20 degree, the comfortable temperature. That is why we use the word prolonged removal of heat from a substance or a body whose temperature is already below that of the surrounding temperature, surrounding atmospheric temperature. Okay, prolonged removal of that. Say for example, the room temperature is 35 degree. Okay, outside temperature is 45 degree. So you have to bring the room temperature 20 degrees Celsius. Okay, single stretch in 1 minute it is not possible. It will take 25 minutes, 25, 30 minutes based on your the refrigeration capacity. That is why we said word prolonged removal of heat from a substance or a body whose temperature is already below that of surrounding atmosphere temperature. So now you just think about the second law of thermodynamics. Okay, that is second statement, the Clausius statement. He said that what he has said, the temperature never flows from a lower side or lower region to higher region unless and until with the help of external agency. That means when you want to throw a temperature, when you want to remove the heat from a lower body and you have to send to a higher body, okay, without the help of external work it is not possible. That means some external work is required to remove the heat from a lower temperature body to a and just to send it to a higher temperature body. That is what the Clausius has told. So the refrigeration is one of the best example for the Clausius statement. That means we are removing from a lower temperature body and just sending this temperature, we are throwing out to the atmosphere whose temperature is higher temperature. Followed. Next. So the heat transfer is possible only with the assistance of external agency like a heat pump. So this is what the principle of refrigeration, that is a prolonged removal of heat from a substance or a body whose temperature is already below that of surrounding temperature. Next, the terms we use in the refrigeration. First is refrigeration. It is the process of removing a heat from a body to reduce its temperature lower than that of its surrounding temperature. Okay, surrounding temperature is higher temperature. The body temperature or substance temperature is less than the surrounding temperature. That is the process. So we use a process, refrigeration process. Okay, refrigeration is a process of removing a heat from a body whose temperature is less than the surrounding temperature. Next, refrigerator. Refrigerator means what? It is an equipment, it is a machine, it is a device used to produce the refrigeration effect. Okay, so it is equipment used for producing and maintaining the temperature in a space below the atmospheric temperature. It is very important. So equipment used for producing and maintaining. Producing means what? So once you bring back the temperature of a space or a room to the required level, let us say 20 degrees Celsius. After some time, what will happen? Our surrounding is higher temperatures. Again, the higher temperature flows inside the room, inside the cabinet, inside the refrigerator. Again, it shoots to again 30 degrees Celsius. That means the entire work is waste. So that means, so in the refrigerator, it has to remove the heat and bring down to the levels of required levels, that is 15 degree. And after some time, what will happen? Again, the temperature increases by 2 degrees Celsius, 17 degree. At the time, it has to again bring down to 15 degree. So when it rises, it has to bring down. When it rises, it has to bring down. So that is why the compressor, so you might have observed in the refrigerator, the compressors will oftenly on and off. What is the reason? Because the refrigerator, inside the temperature of refrigerator space is around 15 degree or 10 degree. So for 10 degree, 12 degree, it reaches 12 degree, a thermostat will be there. Okay, thermostat again triggers, automatically the compressor is on. Then the 2 degree, extra 2 degree which is there in that, it will be removed and throw it to the outside atmosphere. Again it brings to 10 degree, again compressor is off. So compressor on means the refrigeration process center on. Compressor is off in our case in the refrigerator. So compressor is off means refrigeration process is off. That means now that a fridge is having 10 degrees Celsius. That is the required temperature is 10 degree. That is a maintain. It has to maintain temperature. It has to maintain the level which you have fixed in your refrigerator. So it is equipment used for producing and maintaining the temperature in a space below the atmospheric temperature. It is called as refrigerator. Next, coming to refrigerant. What is a refrigerant? Refrigerant is working fluid. It is like a blood. So all our human bodies have a blood, very, very important factor. Like, so in refrigerator also, refrigerant is very, very important. It is a working fluid. Without that, your AC refrigerates all our waste. Okay, so when you are not getting any cooling effect in the air conditioner or refrigerator, that means there will be definitely problem with the refrigerant. So you have to change the refrigerant, you have to refill the refrigerant, because the refrigerant would have exhausted or it would have leaked out to atmosphere. Because of that, your AC or a fridge will not work properly. So refrigerant is a working fluid. Fluid means what? It may be a liquid or a gas, or we call it a fluid used in the refrigerator. A liquid whose saturation temperature point below the temperature to be produced by refrigeration is chosen as a refrigerant. Okay, so examples will be ammonia, carbon dioxide, freon 12, methyl chloride, chlorofluorocarbon, CFCs. All these things are the examples of refrigerants. So about this refrigerant, we have a detailed discussions in next lecture class. That is, what are different types of refrigerant, what are the properties of refrigerant. So in subsequent lecture classes, we are going to discuss about the refrigerant. Next, refrigeration effect is also called as capacity of refrigerator. It is the rate at which the heat can be extracted from the cold body, or the amount of refrigeration effect produced. Both are the same. So the rate at which heat can be extracted from the cold body. Rate at which means what? At what velocity? Rate means what? At what velocity? At what speed? The heat can be extracted from the cold body. From a cold body in one cycle of operation. So how much amount of heat is extracted? Or what speed it is extracted with respect to the time. Say for example, you have 1 ton AC and 2 ton AC or 1.5 ton AC. So which one is going to give refrigeration effect or cooling effect with this short span of time? Definitely it is 1.5 ton AC compared to 1 ton AC, because the capacity is more compared to 1 ton. Okay, the rate at which heat can be extracted, at what amount of heat can be taken from the body, at what speed. Okay, and the amount of refrigeration effect produced in one cycle of operation. So 20 minutes, within 20 minutes you are going to get a cooling effect. Within 10 minutes, which is going to get a cooling effect, which will be more effective. 10 minutes, which will get within the cooling effect of 10 minutes, that will be having a more effect, a refrigeration effect. That is the capacity of a refrigerator. Okay, it is a 2 marks question. Is the rate at which the heat can be extracted from a cold body in one cycle of operation, or it is also the rate at which the refrigeration can be produced. Okay, both are same. It is expressed in kilojoules or kilowatts. So mostly the terms we use is ton of refrigeration. It is expressed in terms of refrigeration. So very important thing. So define ton of a refrigeration. So ton is the capacity of a refrigerator. We are expressing the capacity of refrigerator in terms of ton. A ton of refrigerator, TOR, is defined as the amount of refrigeration effect produced or amount of heat extracted. Both are same. Amount of refrigeration effect produced or amount of heat extracted from a body by uniform melting of 1 ton of ice, 1000 kg of ice at 0 degrees Celsius to water at 0 degrees Celsius in 24 hours. That is 24 hours, okay, or 1 day. So when you melt 1000 kg of ice at 0 degrees Celsius, ice means at 0 degrees Celsius only. When you melt the 1000 kg of ice, okay, in 24 hours, upon melting, how much amount of cooling effect you are going to get, refrigeration effect you are going to get, that is called as ton of refrigeration. In SI units, 1 ton of refrigeration is 3.5 kilojoules per second or 3.5 kilowatts or 210 kilojoules per minute. Next, ice making capacity. It is defined as the capacity of refrigeration system to remove heat from water to make ice. It is defined as the capacity of refrigerating system to remove heat from water to make ice, because water contains heat. The water at room temperature is 30 degrees Celsius or 25 degrees Celsius. So you have to remove the entire amount of heat which is present in the water and make it 0 degree. Okay, it is so that is called an ice making capacity. So it is defined as the capacity of refrigerating system to remove the heat from water to ice, for water to make ice. It is called ice making capacity of that machine. Next, refrigeration cycle. It describes the changes that takes place in the refrigerant. as it alternatively absorbs and rejects the heat while circulating through a refrigerator. That is called refrigeration cycle. This describes changes that takes place in the refrigerant. Changes means what? Changes to change of phase. Vapor state to liquid state to vapor state. It keeps on changes its states. It describes the changes that takes place in the refrigerant as it alternatively absorbs and rejects. Okay, it absorbs the heat, it rejects the heat to surrounding while circulating through a refrigerator. Next is coefficient of performance, COP. It is also very important. So COP is higher means COP is higher. That means it is more efficient. Okay, COP is higher means the refrigerator is a more efficient one. Okay, COP is defined as the ratio of amount of heat removed from a given space to the work supplied. COP is equal to Q by W. Q and W are expressed in kilojoules per second or kilowatts. Next, relative COP. It is defined as the ratio of actual COP to the theoretical COP. Relative COP. Ratio of actual COP to the theoretical COP. So, actual COP by theoretical COP is called relative COP. Actual COP means what we are getting from the refrigerator machine. That is actual COP. Theoretical COP is equal to Q theoretical by W theoretical, which is obtained from the thermodynamic equations. Say what you are getting the value from upon equations, the answers from the equations, that is called as theoretical COP. Okay, that is in the denominator. Actual COP, what you are observing from the machine, that is actual COP. So actual COP by theoretical COP is called relative COP. So all these are 2 marks questions. So next we are going for the concept of refrigeration cycle here. The concept of refrigeration, you can see the compressor here, then condenser, expansion valve, this is the receiver, and this is the refrigeration cycle, this is suction valve. So now, so in here compressor is there. Compressor job is to compress, that is converting a low pressure into high pressure. Is it driven by electric motor? So output of this compressor will be high pressure, high temperature refrigerant. That is vapor refrigerant. It will go to the condenser. Condenser main job is to convert vapor into liquid. Condensation means what? Converting a vapor state into liquid state is called condensation process. Then it goes to expansion valve. Expansion valve, it has to expand. Okay, expansion, when it is expanded, the high pressure is converted to low pressure, high temperature is converted to low temperature. Then it goes to receiver. In receiver, temporarily it will be stored. The refrigerant will be stored. That liquid refrigerant will be stored temporarily in the receiver. Later it goes to refrigeration cycle. Evaporator. So the evaporator is a device where it is a copper coil tube. Evaporator is a copper coil tube. When the refrigerant, that low pressure, low temperature refrigerant comes here, so it evaporates, starts evaporation. While it's evaporating, that it will take the heat present in the refrigerated space. So this is a refrigerated space. The heat present in refrigerated space, it will take away to the atmosphere. Again, further again, it will come back to the next compressor. So that vapor, the low pressure, low temperature vapor refrigerant will come to the compressor. Okay, this is about the refrigeration, the concept of refrigeration. The same concept we are going to discuss in the vapor compression refrigeration system. Thank you for listening the video. Again, we'll meet in lecture class 2. Thank you.